What if the news you believe in was actually scripted by the CIA? A chilling thought, but one that plagued America during the Cold War with the alleged existence of Operation Mockingbird. This clandestine program, shrouded in secrecy, purportedly saw the Central Intelligence Agency infiltrate and influence media outlets to manipulate public opinion. While the CIA officially denies the existence of such a program aimed at domestic audiences, whispers persist, fueled by declassified documents and unsettling testimonies. The genesis of Operation Mockingbird can be traced back to the paranoid 1950s. The Cold War was at its peak, and the fear of communist infiltration gripped the American psyche. The CIA, still in its infancy, sought to combat Soviet propaganda and control the narrative on a global stage. What better way to do that than by controlling the very information disseminated to the public? The details of the program remain murky, with conflicting accounts from the CIA and investigative journalists. What is clear is that the CIA engaged in a widespread campaign to influence media outlets both domestically and internationally. This involved the recruitment of journalists, editors, and media executives, some complicit, others unwitting pawns in a larger game. The CIA's methods were as varied as they were insidious. One tactic involved planting stories directly into newsrooms, using journalists as unwitting mouthpieces for CIA propaganda. These stories, often disguised as legitimate news, would then be picked up by other outlets, spreading disinformation far and wide. Another method involved the CIA directly funding media organizations or providing them with exclusive access in exchange for favorable coverage. This financial leverage gave the agency significant sway over editorial decisions. The line between objective reporting and CIA propaganda blurred, leaving the public none the wiser. The CIA also cultivated relationships with influential journalists, offering them exclusive information, leaks, and even clandestine meetings with high-ranking officials. These journalists, often flattered by the attention and access, became unwitting conduits for CIA narratives. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of Operation Mockingbird was its ability to not only plant stories but also to suppress them. Information that ran counter to the CIA's agenda was often buried, discredited, or simply disappeared from the news cycle. This control over the flow of information allowed the CIA to shape public perception on a grand scale. Evidence of Operation Mockingbird's reach can be found in declassified documents, albeit heavily redacted, and the testimonies of former CIA officials. One such testimony comes from former CIA Director William Colby, who infamously stated, "The CIA owns everyone of any significance in the major media." While the full context of his statement remains debated, it sends chills down the spines of those who value a free and independent press. The 1975 Church Committee report, a Senate investigation into CIA activities, confirmed the agency's involvement in media manipulation. The report revealed that the CIA had relationships with a large number of newspapers and periodicals and had used journalists for intelligence gathering. While the report stopped short of confirming the existence of a program specifically designed to manipulate domestic audiences, its findings were nonetheless damning. The question remains, could such blatant manipulation of the media still happen today? In the age of the internet, social media, and citizen journalism, it's tempting to dismiss Operation Mockingbird as a relic of a bygone era. However, concerns about media manipulation persist, albeit in new and evolving forms. The lines between news, opinion, and propaganda are increasingly blurred, and the rise of social media has created new avenues for spreading disinformation. State-sponsored actors, political organizations, and even corporations now have the power to influence public opinion through sophisticated online campaigns. The CIA, for its part, maintains that it no longer engages in such activities. However, the agency's penchant for secrecy and its history of clandestine operations make it difficult to dispel all doubts. Operation Mockingbird, whether a full-blown program or a series of covert operations, serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of a free press. It highlights the importance of media literacy, critical thinking, and seeking out diverse perspectives. In an age of information overload, it is more important than ever to question the sources of our news, and to be wary of narratives that seem too neat, too convenient, or too perfectly aligned with a particular agenda. The legacy of Operation Mockingbird is a cautionary tale, a reminder that the truth is often elusive and that those in power will go to great lengths to control the narrative. It is a call to vigilance, to question everything, and to never take our freedom of the press for granted.